Hello, everyone. Today is Tuesday, May 25th, and I'm back with another trading journal. I haven't been trading these last couple of trading days. I went to my sister's graduation, so I am back at it. And I'm going to do today's video a little differently. I'm going to splice together me talking through several trades that I take throughout the day. So we're actually live in the trading day right now. It's 10:03 Central, and I just exited this trade here on Pinterest, so I'm going to talk through this one as our first one. So you can see here, I've talked about my indicators a couple times already, but in case you're new, refresher, right here is the opening range, the lowest value the stock traded at and the highest value the stock traded at within the first 30 minutes of the day. And it broke out of here, so I set an alert to look at that. And ultimately, I look for reversal patterns. So I got in on this trade at this 2-1-2 reversal here. You can see it's a 2 down, an inside candle, and then a 2 up. And I noticed also someone in the comments asked for links to my indicators, so I'm going to respond to that, and you all can you can get those from there. Because another one I have is just labeling these candles as 2 down, 2 up, and letting me know when I get this is an inside up. It's indicating. So I entered off of this. And I entered around here. The guidance is to enter at the top of the inside candle within that reversal. So I entered around here somewhere. And, I watched the trade go up, up. It didn't reach my strike price that I put on my option, but it reached a target. So another thing that builds with this opening range 30-minute strategy are two targets that are the 1/2 the length of the opening range, and then ultimately the full opening range, which is this target here. So this target, it reached, you can see, marked it as first target, and then our second target is up here. So I'm always looking to take profit. I'll set alerts for myself when I reach these targets. Sometimes I will let it continue on based on the candles, but as you can see here, it ended up forming a large 3 outside candle and is now going 2 down. So I exited when I actually saw this as it wasn't a 2 down, because to be a 2 down, it has to break the bottom of the previous candle. So I actually exited before it became a 2 down. I exited in here somewhere because I noticed it had already reached my target. So that's a sign for me like, hey, you need to think about taking profit right now. And then I noticed it was, going down. So it opened here and it was pushing down. So I sold around here. And that ended up, just to give you all, some more context on the percentage gain in a trade like that. I typically will put my strike price somewhere between the two targets. But, when picking a strike price, you also have to look at open interest and volume. So I did look at those parameters as well. I think my strike price was around 65. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm pretty sure I chose a 65 strike price. So you can see I did not reach that, but I still had a 15% gain on this trade by entering here and exiting here. So that's entered around 63.95 and exited around, 64.40, we'll say. So yeah, that is it for this first trade, and we'll see what else I get today. Okay, here I am with another trade that I just jumped in, and this one will be an example of one where I actually took a loss, but I'm going to show you how tight stop losses prevent you from, losing a lot. So here we're looking at TSM. You can see it broke the bottom half of the opening 30-minute range here. And, it was already doing a 2-2 continuation, bearish continuation. But after it broke, I did want to wait until the next candle formed. So I waited until this candle formed and I entered around here. I don't have my exact, exact price that I entered on. And I bought a put for, I do recall, around 113. Actually, yes, it was 113 exactly because that had good value. So that's right here. So what we're looking at now is, live trading. So it did a 2-2 reversal. I actually got out before this reversal, and let me show you how I knew to do that. So I entered around here. Actually, I probably entered around here because that was closer to my stop loss. So let's move this down. I entered around here. My stop loss was around here. And again, what I'm doing, if I'm not putting a stop loss based on a candle, especially when I first enter a trade, I move my stop loss based on candles and points of price aggregation as the trade goes on. But initially, I just put a really tight stop loss. So like really close to, sometimes it'll be even closer here. So at the time that I entered on this 2 down, it was still, going down. And then the candle opened here and was creating an inside candle. So I didn't wait for it to go all the way 2 up before I got out. I got out at my tight stop loss, which would have been around here. So I did not make any profit. So it went down, down, down. I'm watching it. And then, these things move pretty quickly, especially I'm on it's another alert I have I'll look at after I'm done explaining this. So this moves pretty quickly because I am on the 5-minute chart. But what you'll see is it's going to have to do an inside candle first. Like this looks like it broke, but it didn't because it would be a 3 if it broke the bottom of this candle here. So really this 2 up, it was an inside candle, and I'm seeing it's going in this positive direction. So I hop out of the trade, at my stop loss. And that represented 0.24% loss. So that is a very, very tight percentage loss. And now I can just, hop into another trade. So I'm going to go look at what NIO is doing from that alert. Since you all saw the NIO alert go off, I think I'm just going to talk about now how I think about getting into a trade. So you can see here, it broke the bottom of my 30-minute orb strategy. And we are showing, a series of 2-1-2 continuation. And, I think in this case, I want to see what the next candle does. If the next candle goes 2 down, I'm very likely going to hop in this trade. I still need to look at, the options contracts and make sure that, they're aligned, a tight bid-ask spread, good volume over 200. But yeah, we're going to take a look at this live. There's about a minute left forming on this candle. And what I'm going to look for is a, reversal sign. So I'm not sure if you can see the strat combos because I'm sharing by tab, but you are able to see this. Some reversals that we could look for, or in this case, I guess I wouldn't look for a reversal. I would be looking for a continuation. So if I get another 2 down, I'm going to enter this trade. And I'm very likely going to set my strike price at, let's see here, 35. And I'd be purchasing a put because, I'm looking for it to go down. You can see it's kind of sucking back into the line here. So, typically these lines represent areas of support and resistance. So in this case, since I am, looking to buy a put, this would represent resistance. So it needs to really break and stay, broken past this line for me to want to buy in. So you can see it's forming a 1 right now. If this continues to go down and breaks here, that would be when I'm going to decide to enter. And then I'd set a tight stop loss on the back half of that candle. So that would make it a 2 down continuation. But you can see it's actually, a 1 right now. So we're going to watch it through the formation of this candle. And if it doesn't do what I want it to do, what I'll typically do is, now my alert would have previously been at the bottom half of the orb strategy. But now I'd bring my alert to right here because that would show that, it made another It not necessarily, I'd have to come look, but if it made another strong down candle, with a large body, not something that's like a doji like this, which represents equilibrium between buyers and sellers, then I'd jump in that trade. So yeah, let's just watch the rest of this candle, see if it goes too down. If it goes too down, I'm actually going to stop recording so I can go look at options contracts and go from there. And then I will make a video on how the trade ends up that I'll include in this entire trading day continuation. So I don't always have to watch live like this, but for the purpose of this video, sometimes I would just set the alert. So I would just set the alert, here, and that would tell me. Sometimes I'd set it here, especially since this candle is aggregating a lot at the top. So that would have just triggered my alert to come look, like, hey, this might go too down right now. So yeah, let's see if it does it. There we go, too down. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, back to update on the NIO trade. And as you can see, we have a big inside candle that looks like it's, about to go two up. So I did get stopped out of this trade. Here's where I entered, 35.79, and I was stopped out at 35. Where was it? Around 35, 82. And that represented about a 5% loss in my option contract. So yeah, you can see how quickly price moves. You don't need to make it emotional. You just need to be very clear on your entry and exit strategy and follow that. And we can see here, yeah, it's about to go two up. So in this case, it does depend on your goals. If I had done, some more wide-ranging, well, not if I had done, because I did do, more wide-ranging charting. I always look for full time frame continuity. Wow, we just saw the hour switch from down to up. So you always want to look for full time frame continuity, and you also want to know your trading strategy. Oh, wow, it's going back and forth a lot right now. And for me, I've mentioned before, I'm a day trader, so I don't hold things. If there were indications that this, could likely reach over the next couple days just based on your charting, that strike price that I selected, then, or not the next couple days, but weeks maybe, maybe you bought a contract that's 2 weeks out. But that's just not how I trade. I day trade. So it's a very different strategy. And yeah, that's all I have to say.